Indianapolis Colts fans, meet your new starting quarterback, or your new quarterback, let's just say. I don't know if he's starting. Whatever. Meet your new quarterback. His name is Carson Wentz. I know y'all are freaking out, but all right, look, hear me out, all right? The Philadelphia Eagles have traded Carson Wentz to the Indianapolis Colts for a 2021 third round pick and a 2022 second round pick. That could actually turn into a first rounder according to ESPN. Um, this actually comes as a shocker to me, Mario. So you know what? I want to start off with this real quick though. I just want to wish Carson Wentz good luck. Good luck in Indianapolis. I hope your career gets revived there. And before I say anything else, this was reported by Chris Mortensen and Adam Schefter. So just so you guys know that. Let me just start off with this real quick. All right. I think this is a chance for him to revive himself as the quarterback that he came up to be in 2017. We all remember him that he was an MVP candidate, and then he got injured, and everybody expected him to be the same player, and he just wasn't. So, and one thing that differs from the Colts to the Eagles is that the Colts actually have a really well-rounded team. Both sides of the ball, they're absolutely incredible. They just needed that quarterback. Now that Philip Rivers is retired, now they just need that one man, and that's the quarterback. Now I'm kind of surprised they didn't make a push for Deshaun Watson. I'm actually really surprised about that. That's something you and me were talking about, how that's like the perfect fit for the Indianapolis Colts is Deshaun Watson. So I'm really surprised they didn't make a push to try and get him. But I will say this. All right, I know Carson Wentz hasn't been good. All right, and I stick by that. I've been saying that, and it's true. He hasn't really been playing up to the hype and potential that we all said he was going to play up as. Everybody's saying he's a top 10 QB last year. He ain't even playing in like a top 15 form. I mean that's me. You could be different. One thing I want to mention though, and I'm looking through this article. One thing I want to mention now, and I'll get to the Eagles side of this in a minute. The Eagles will take a $33.8 million dead cap space, which is the largest dead cap space hit than any other team ever, which is bad. And this comes after him and Carson Wentz and the Eagles signed a $128 million extension a few years back. So this is bad on the Eagles, and I'll get to the Eagles in just a minute. But right now, I want to finish up on the Colts. And I get it, right? And that's the one thing I'm going to question about Carson Wentz. Two questions about Carson Wentz? One, are you going to stay healthy? I know you didn't get injured this year, but that leads to my second question. Are you gonna revive yourself? Because although you didn't get injured this year, which is something a lot of people expected, you still didn't live up to the hype that everybody put you on. So now you got a chance. You got a great, like I said, great defense, great offensive line, great defensive line, great offense, great well-rounded team. Let's just say that, all right? Because the Colts are a very underrated team. Now you need to prove yourself to be that MVP candidate that you was 4 years ago. And I can't think of a better team than the Indianapolis Colts for you to prove that. Now, let me get to the Philadelphia Eagles side, okay? Fire Howie Roseman. Fire him. It's as simple as that. I mean, you lost that guy. You lost that kind of cap hit. Now what are you gonna do? Now I want to mention something. Those picks, you never know what they're gonna turn into. Me and you always say this, Mario. So we're not gonna sit up here and say, oh, who won this trade or not. I'm not gonna say that because you never know how those picks are gonna turn out. You always gotta remember that. They're a 2021 third round draft pick and a 2022 second round pick, which could turn into a first round pick. Keep that in mind. That can turn into a first round pick. But you never know what these guys are going to turn into. You don't even know who they are. But I think the one thing that's striking to me is the cap hit, $33.8 million. Now you just lost money. So now it's going to be even harder for you to try and find someone that you need on whatever side of the ball. Whether you need a kicker, a defensive player, an offensive player. I don't know what to say. I think the Eagles are screwed. I know Jalen Hurts is QB1 now, but Eagles are screwed. That's a big hit. So with that said, I mean, even though that's a big hit, I still wish the Philadelphia Eagles the best of luck, even though they have the most obnoxious fan base in the league. I still wish them the best of luck. As for Carson Wentz, same deal in the Indianapolis Colts. I wish them both the best of luck, and we'll see how this goes.
Yeah, well, I'll start from there. First of all, I wish Carson Wentz the best of luck in Indianapolis. I wish the Philadelphia Eagles the best of luck in moving forward. Um, yeah, I completely agree with you. That cap hit is really a lot, and it's going to take some time for them to gain that back. But again, we always say you never know what these picks can turn into, and now it's up to them. Now but you know what? Maybe it's a blessing in disguise that cap hit because maybe now it forces the Eagles to actually draft well. Like you cannot now it's not now you need to draft good. You know what I'm saying? Because if you don't, then you put in Jalen Hurts in the same situation. Now, a lot of Carson Wentz fans were saying, well, we didn't have a lot of people around him. Yeah, you're right. But here's the thing, okay? The stuff that he could control, he didn't do it well. Okay? There were crappy throws that he was throwing. Couldn't control it. Okay? He a very pressured quarterback? Absolutely. He's a good runner. So how about get out of it a little bit? Buy yourself some time. Maybe run more. We didn't see a lot of running from Carson Wentz, despite the fact that this dude's a runner. You know what I'm saying? Despite that he can run. We didn't see that a lot from him. Now there's no excuse for Carson Wentz. You know what I'm saying? You have the number one defense, one of the number one defenses in the league. I think they are number one defense in the league, personally, in my opinion. Okay, so you have that. You have T.Y. Hilton, Michael Pittman, Ali Cox. You have these guys. Okay, they're very good receivers. There's no excuse there neither. You have a good offensive line. So now you're not getting pressured a lot. There is no excuse here on out for Carson Wentz. Now, the thing that you said about his injuries, well, some injuries you just can't control it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Something happens and there's nothing you can do about it. But here's the thing. Now it's time for Carson Wentz to play at that level that that the Carson Wentz fans say that he can play at. Do I think he'll play a little bit better in Indianapolis? Absolutely. Will I ever see him at that MVP form again like he was in 2017?
17.
2017, yeah. No, I can't see it happen, to be real with you. I can't. Too many injuries piled up on him throughout his career. Not only that, I just don't think that he will find a team as good as that Eagles team that went 13-3. I don't think it's gonna happen. The Indianapolis Colts are good, but they ain't that Eagles team, and they're not that Eagles team back in 2017. So I mean, with that being said, I wish the Indianapolis Colts and Carson Wentz the best of luck. As for the Eagles, you have to draft well. There's no other option here. You don't have enough salary to sign people, so you can't do that now. You have to draft guys. Okay. When you hear about a guy being a next generation talent, get him. Don't skip on him and get somebody else. Don't do that. If you hear about this, you do this scouting for a reason. Okay, I've said it millions of times, and a lot of people know it, and they're never gonna get. And Eagles fans are never gonna hear the end of it. The Eagles, by now, right in the year 2020, they could have had Justin Jefferson and DK Metcalf on the same team. They blew it twice. Then they got picked. The next pick after, they blew it twice, Nate. You could have took Jared Goff. I think Jared Goff was a better quarterback than Carson Wentz coming out of that draft.
Absolutely.
Now, a lot of people are like, well, Jared Goff's not that good. Stop it, okay? He made it to a Super Bowl, okay? And you can say his defense did very good. That's absolutely true. He still was a very good quarterback that year. And this year, he wasn't bad. Jared Goff was not bad. I'm tired of it. Like, Jared Goff gets the hate. Now, again, I understand. Does he play at the level that he's getting paid? No, but he shouldn't be getting this hate. All this hate for no reason. Carson Wentz, let me tell you why Carson Wentz, let me tell you why a lot of people don't like Carson Wentz. Let me tell you why, not that it's right not to like the guy, because we all should have love, but here's why I understand why a lot of people have had enough with him. Okay, this dude gets paid this amount of money just like Jared Goff, right? Gets paid a lot of money just like Jared Goff. They go 1 and 2 in the draft. Okay, so what's the difference? Well, Jared Goff can take his team to the playoffs. Okay, Jared Goff can get his team a playoff win. Am I correct on this? Carson Wentz can't take his team to a playoffs. My bad. Let me rephrase that. Okay, he had a very good MVP season, then got hurt. He couldn't do what Nick Foles did that year. I know that for a fact. He couldn't do that what Nick Foles did that year. Okay, I just have a good feeling that I really truly believe he couldn't have done that if it was Carson Wentz. Okay, he can't take his team. When he takes his team to the playoffs, he's not there. When he's not, and when he is there, I don't think he plays good. Simple. It's as simple as that. Carson Wentz is getting the opportunity of a lifetime in Indianapolis. Take advantage of it and revive your career. He can absolutely do that, okay? But it's up to him. If he gets hurt and it's something he can't control, best of luck and a speedy recovery, as we said millions of times before with Carson Wentz. But this is your opportunity to prove that you are an elite quarterback. You have no excuse at this point. None. When you sign with Indianapolis, you have no excuse, okay? Unless you get hurt and it's something you can't control. So with that being said, best of luck to Carson Wentz in Indianapolis. Best of luck to the Philadelphia Eagles now with Jalen Hurts moving forward. But let me tell you something, Nate. This is going to be these off seasons for sports, for MLB and football is going to be very, very interesting. I can't wait to see how it goes.